Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. I'm going to show you guys how I count my calories. If you guys are new to my channel, I lost over 130 pounds and my whole channel is basically dedicated to showing you guys exactly how to lose weight in different ways that I lost weight myself. One of the most asked questions that I get in regards to weight loss is probably how many calories did I eat in a day? How do I count calories? And on top of that, what did I eat in a day to lose weight? And no matter what type of exercise routine you specifically have, knowing and understanding nutrition and exactly how much you're eating is crucial if you are trying to lose weight. In short, calories are basically just a measurement of heat, and it gets a little complicated when you apply this to the body. Whatever weight and height you are currently at, your body needs a set amount of calories, or you eat a certain amount of calories on a daily basis to be able to maintain that weight. So for instance, if you were eating around 3,000 calories a day and nothing in your body is changing, you're not losing weight nor gaining weight, then that means that amount of calories is the amount that you are eating to be able to maintain the weight that you have. Once you start eating less than 3,000 calories every single day, you will start to lose weight, or you will at least start to see some weight loss results eventually down the line. The rate that you lose weight at is determined on how fast your body is able to adapt to this weight loss change, and on top of that, how fast you are cutting your calories on a weekly or monthly basis. A calorie deficit is basically the amount that you are subtracting from the number that you were currently eating to maintain the weight that you are starting at. You would most likely start off with a 500 calorie deficit. Now it takes 3,500 calories to burn only 1 single pound of fat. So like I said, the more calories that you cut off, essentially, the faster you will lose weight. Now this subject gets complicated, and this is more so around the subject of eating. So I'm trying to be gentle and not complicate it too much, but there are different ways to create bigger calorie deficits in a healthy manner. You can intermittent fast, you can cut off calories, also more importantly by exercising. That also plays into a role of cutting calories, but just for simplicity in this video, I'm just going to talk about eating and ways that I cut calories specifically. Majority of the foods that we eat have calories inside of them. Now this comes with some exceptions. So like sweeteners essentially don't have any calories. There are things that have very low amounts of calories like tea, but those are usually beverages. Usually foods that we eat have calories in them, and depending on their macronutrients, meaning whether they are fat, proteins, and carbs, they have different amounts of calories per gram. The way that I personally calculate my calories to lose weight is by first off understanding how many calories I am consuming on a daily basis to maintain the weight that I am at now. You can do this naturally by just knowing your body mass index and your height and your weight, but to make this easier for you, you can use a calorie calculator, and it'll basically do all the work for you and tell you how much you're eating, or basically a rough estimate to maintain the weight that you are at for your height and your activity level. Now usually in my what I eat in a days or what I eat in a weeks, I usually input how many calories I'm eating within my meals to give you guys an example of how much I would eat in a day to be able to lose weight. So for reference, usually I eat around 1,500 to 1,800 calories a day. I try to never go past at least 2,000, but I try to stay in the 1,800 range, and then I never go lower than 1,400 calories for the day. For this instance, I'm going to use protein bars as an example. So on the back of every packaging, they usually have all of the macros listed. So that means proteins, fats, carbs, the amounts of sugar, the amounts of calories, and the serving size. Usually if I just want to figure out how many of each macronutrient I am eating and how many calories I'm eating a day, I will usually just use an app. Now this is not sponsored. I just use any type of nutritional app where you can scan what you're eating. It's super simple. You just find one in the app store and it should be free, and you can can actually scan the packaging with your cell phone and it'll tell you how many calories and etc. for the serving size that you were eating. But if you don't have access to that type of technology or you want to just figure it out for yourself, this is how I personally do it without using an app. I usually don't use an app. My next step in regards to what I eat and how I calculate calories is reading the nutrition label. So I understand that nutrition labels are really difficult to read, but I will try to simplify it as best as I can. So basically, they give you the amount of calories, they give you the serving size, they tell you sometimes how much of one thing is one serving, and they give you all of these nutrition facts. If you are trying to lose weight and you are not on a specific diet plan, you don't necessarily need to worry about protein, fats, carbs, and anything. What you really need to focus on is the serving size and the calories. On the back of each item that you were eating or on any type of packaging, it should have the nutritional facts. Even on the item itself, as you can see kind of underneath the flap right here, it says all of the macronutrients. So you want to basically look at the serving size, and the serving size that it says on the packaging equals everything that is listed here. So if you eat double the serving size, so if you eat 2 of these protein bars, you would either add it by the amount that's on there or multiply it by 2. As another example, I have popcorn and it's literally the same thing. On the back of the packaging, it'll tell you how much one serving is. It's telling you straight up that one entire bag of popped popcorn, or the equivalent to the actual size of the bag, which is this, is only 150 calories. And that's what I would basically go off of. I usually eat high protein, but just for simplicity, that is just basically how I add up the calories. It'll usually just tell you. I usually use sugar-free sweeteners if I have coffee or tea or something like that, and I try to stay away from creamer. I'll usually use whipped cream instead of actual creamer. So for instance, on the back of this sparkling water I have, it says 0 calories per serving, I believe. And so you don't really need to worry about the calories in a case like this because it's just 0. The next example I have is this drink. Now this drink does have items inside of it and it does have sugar. So straight up on the back, it'll usually tell you on the furthest end how much the entire thing is. But if you only drink, say 2/3 of it or half of it, it'll also tell you that right here too. Usually with any type of vegetables or fruit, those things don't have calories, so it's easy to kind of mess up the calorie count. And that is just a gist on how I count my calories throughout the week. Now, like I said, this does differ between if you are going to a restaurant, if you go to like Starbucks or something and order a drink, you have to get more mathematical in that case scenario. But if you're eating whole food and you're just buying things from the grocery store in regular packaging and then putting it together or adding it up, that is the simplest way that I could break it down. So I know in a lot of my what I eat in a day to lose weight videos, I have my calories listed on the screen, probably almost every single video. And this is because I genuinely measure out what I'm eating and I genuinely understand portion sizes and I make sure that I follow it, and that's how I kind of prepare my meals. If you guys are interested in exactly what I eat in a day to lose weight, I do have recipes down below in the description. The next thing that I do to be able to lose weight is structure my meals around this calorie deficit. So if I'm going to be eating 3 meals a day and I don't want to eat more than 1,500 calories a day, I will be making my meals 500 calories or less. If I eat 1,500 calories a day, however, I burn 200 calories in the gym, then I would technically consider that, at least for myself, 1,300 calories, and I could maybe squeeze in something else without necessarily breaking the rules of my diet. Other things that I do to lose weight is to eat tons of vegetables. In a lot of my videos, you guys see that I eat a lot of vegetables. I eat a lot of mushrooms, spinach, bell peppers, any type of leafy green, and this is because you can eat a lot of these foods. They are good for you and they don't have a lot of calories. Another way that that I accurately count my calories or calculate my calories is by watching how much fat I intake. So this is things like nuts or dairy products or natural oils like avocado oil and coconut oil. And this is because of the same thing that I just mentioned. If you're not on a specific diet like keto, then you have to kind of watch what you're eating. If you are on keto, there are different rules that apply to the ketogenic diet. So that's why it's okay to eat those things. Those things are very high calorically dense. I think they have the highest calories in the macronutrient category. And lastly, another way that I accurately calculate my calories is by not drinking my calories. I am very adamant about this. I believe that I hiked up to my heaviest weight just because I was drinking like frappuccinos and eating pastries, and those things can be really addictive, especially if you mix them with caffeine. And so I stopped doing that, and that also allows me to calculate calories properly. When you drink something that is very high in calories, especially if it's made with like cream, like a milkshake, it's very hard to track what you're eating, and it tastes really good. So I just cut that out completely, to be honest with you, and that has helped me to lose weight. And I know it may be difficult to understand. It is for everyone. I had to learn. However, once you get the hang of it, then you better understand, and I really hope this video contributed to your understanding. If you guys are interested in exactly what I eat in a day to lose weight, and more specifically some recipes, I do have that listed down below in the description. Thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I will see you in the next one.